Welcome to the Fix Your Sciatica podcast, where we meet with experts and clients and discuss how to manage your sciatica and low back pain without the use of medications or surgery. I'm your host, Dr. Ashley Mack, and I'm a physical therapist as well as the founder of ifixyoursciatica.com, a go-to resource for pain management. I have discovered the key to sciatica pain relief, and that secret is simplicity. If you've been following us on social media or listened to previous episodes, you would have heard the general theme with sciatica pain relief. The focus is on emphasizing the movements and positions that make you feel better and avoid or modify the movements that make you feel worse. There's nothing more, there's nothing less. And as I've become a more seasoned and experienced practitioner, I am simplifying my practice and focusing primarily on pain relief, which leads to better outcomes. Today's episode is going to be shorter than others, as I'm going to share with you my thought process on actually how I helped a good friend of mine experience an 80% reduction in their sciatica pain in less than 20 minutes. And all we needed was just one stretch. The three main goals with today's episode is to show you that you can in fact experience fast pain relief, usually within the first few weeks of onset of pain, the importance of seeking out help, and understanding that sciatica pain relief does not have to be complicated. So let's hop into it. So I jumped on a quick call with a good friend of mine earlier this week because she started feeling sciatica pain about 5 days before we spoke. So 5 days ago, she dropped a weight on her foot, and as a result, she was actually limping for the entire day because her foot was hurt. She was on her feet all day talking to friends and family, and later that night, her low back and butt were hurting, but it wasn't too bad, and this was on the left side. She didn't really think too much of it as the pain wasn't too bad, and she was able to go on about her day. When it comes to the activities that she does, she often carries her bags and heavy objects on the right side. And so she actually has a tendency to lean to the right and place the majority of the weight on her right leg. So let's fast forward to 5 days, the day I was speaking with her, walking around, exercising, and going about her normal day-to-day activities. And on the day of our call, she could barely walk or place any weight through her left leg. And we ruled out a foot fracture. And the pain was actually located at her low back, radiating down to the butt, and then to the back of her back of her left leg behind her knee. And this led her to call me because this is exactly what I do. I help busy adults live free from sciatica pain without the use of medications or surgery. And during this call, which was actually a FaceTime video chat, because you can actually get connected even better with someone than just a typical phone call, she filled me in with this information and how she started to feel the pain. And here's what I was looking for. I was looking for the mechanism of injury, or how she got hurt, the description of her pain, how the pain actually affected her day-to-day activities, and what positions, if any, made her feel better. And I concluded that her pain was actually caused by walking all day favoring the left leg, aka putting more weight on the right, and leaning over to the right 5 days ago and moving on. The degree of pain was a sharp, deep ache that started from her low back and radiated down to the back of her left knee. The pain was so bad that she was actually unable to put weight, all of her weight, or even just put weight through her left leg, and was only able to walk on the ball of her left foot. She could barely walk by the time we were on our call. I follow a simple 5-step process to treating sciatica pain, regardless of intensity, length of time, or loss of function. And the first step is that we have to rule out red flags, making sure that there is no sinister event that could be happening. We want to make sure that we're ruling out a fracture, a tumor, anything else like that that would be outside the scope of my ability. The next thing is that we have to find out the positions that improve or worsen the symptoms. That would actually set the tone and identifying the stretches and exercises and positions that we can use to bring down the pain. The next is that we have to correct the shift if there is one present. And then from there, we implement movements that reduce the pain so she can feel somewhat normal. And then the last step is reintroduce regular movements based on the desired activity levels. So there were no red flags present. We knew that actually putting full weight through her left leg was problematic and there was no shift to be corrected. The next step was actually to find the positions that in fact reduced the pain or made her feel better. I suspected that side bend to the right would actually not have helped as she was bent over to the right side already on the day that she actually got hurt, but I had to try it out anyway. We took a movement baseline test. I asked her to bend forward, touch her toes, and she actually said that she could barely do that because of the pain. But prior to her day of injury, she was actually able to touch her toes without an issue. Backwards bending actually didn't feel too bad. Leaning to the right increased her pain. Leaning to the left actually made the pain feel a little better. And then rotation to the right had no effect, but rotation to the left also felt pretty good as well. So we've identified that there were three positions, which include side bend left, rotation left, and extension that actually felt pretty good. As in fact, it made her feel better, where the pain was less intense, it decreased in size, and she was in fact able to bear more weight through her foot. Because the three movements actually made her feel better, I was under the suspicion that combining these movements together would actually provide a lot more relief. Plus, it would actually increase the amount of weight that she would be able to place in her left foot. But there was only one way to find out. We tested a backwards bend, side bend, and rotation towards the side of symptoms, the left. In medical jargon, this is actually called the extension quadrant to the left. And it's like looking over your shoulder using your spine as the axis of rotation. No pain was produced, and she actually felt better and better after each rep. She said that she actually had about an 80% reduction in her pain and that she could finally put all her weight onto her left leg. And we called it right there. And I prescribed her this extension quadrant exercise to be completed for 10 repetitions every 2 to 3 hours and more as needed. And then we adjourned for the evening. I checked on her the next morning and she was still feeling better and walking around without a problem. The lesson for today is that you can in fact experience quick relief, especially if you recall the incidence of pain and when you try to actually get help early on. You don't need, nor should you wait for pain relief, because the longer that you wait, the longer that it could take to feel better. There's so much information that is already readily available at your fingertips. You have countless blogs, videos, articles, and podcasts like this one that you're listening to right now. But if you're overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, ask for help. And lastly, treatment for pain doesn't have to be complicated. As you can see, all it took was one simple stretch to help out my friend. But the key is that you have to find the right movement. Now, I'm not going to say that this particular stretch is going to help you or everyone, but if you can find the right positions, or someone like me can help you find the right positions, you are one step closer to recovery. And there you have it, 80% recovery in less than 20 minutes. There is hope, and I know that you too can get relief. It's a matter of asking for help. You can work with someone like me individually, and you can do that by simply booking a free strategy call by going to our website at ifixyoursciatica.com. Also, I have 2 free ebooks available for you to download for yourself. And we also have this amazing program called the Sciatica Protocol, which you are going to be able to receive your exercises and stretches all via phone. And doing so, you can avoid having to wait to see a practitioner. You don't even have to worry about leaving your home or driving to a clinic, and you are going to get a personalized sciatica pain treatment techniques, which will be sent directly to your phone, and you don't even have to download a separate app. The program itself is going to be $24.99 per week, with the end goal that you are feeling so great that you cancel when you are fully recovered. The link of the program is going to be found in the description of today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you got some help from today's podcast. And for more info, check us out at ifixyoursciatica.com. Have a fantastic and pain-free day. No patient-therapist relationship is formed by listening to this podcast. We are not providing medical advice, and all information should be confirmed by a medical provider.